All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Nice looking Monday. We got a beautiful day out there, Robin. Have you ever hung out with the NFL alumni, Robin?
I was privileged to do it a couple of times. Thanks to
It's a fun group.
Nottingham.
Fun group, right?
Yes, indeed.
If you told me when I was younger, you're going to hang out with the NFL alumni, I would have said, come on. I'd never hang out with those guys. There's no way. There's a big wall between us and them, isn't there? Well, there's a granite table between us right now. Don Nottingham and Phil Smith are here from the NFL Alumni Group, and they're here to promote the event you just heard Joe read an ad for, which is for the Clays for Kids, which is an amazing opportunity for all of us to have fun and at the same time contribute to Champions for Champions to help special needs kids in our community. So good morning, Don. Good morning, Phil. How you doing?
Doing great. How are you this morning?
Wake him up.
Yeah,
He didn't hear the snap count.
I didn't. You don't have your red and black shoes on, so I don't know which way to go, right or left, according to Phil.
Oh, okay.
That's the way that goes. But
How you guys are working to help the kids in our community? How many children do you think actually get helped right in Marion County from this?
I guess they're, according to what Maria's telling me, we've got just a little over 1,000 families that we
right?
deal with,
Wow.
across everything that we do. And I'm not quite sure that that's the entire population. I think there are more people that just, because of costs and because of just not knowing about what's going on, that they probably actually go other places to try to get their help. So part of what we want to do is make sure that we make everybody in the county aware of the facilities and the effort that's going on to make it available to anybody that lives in our county, and make it available in something without draining their pocketbooks. That's the kind of the key question. Is there's a lot of extra costs involved when you have to have extra added supervision for everything.
Right. I think it's a misstated thing to say kids too. I mean, the people who you help, they could be 50, 60 years old, right, or more.
Exactly, and my point is that Maria and Diane, all of our volunteer ladies and gentlemen that give us their time, and it's kind of important for me to let everybody understand nobody's taking any salaries for this. This is all volunteer work. Right. So we want to put things together that make sense in the community, that the families know that if they bring their child to us for an event, that the child's going to be safe, it's going to be well looked after. And they're going to hopefully walk away with that really good feeling of inclusion, and try to help build the self-esteem. We want to make it enjoyable. That's what life should be for everybody.
So you have an event like the clay shoot, and it's obviously a fun event. People who participate spend their money on that, and then the Robinson Ranch, in this case, what do? They turn it over to you so that you raise a few dollars?
They step up and basically turn their whole entire facility over to us for that day.
Right? Wow.
Obviously right at the beginning, everybody's going to be walked through a little short safety course, so make sure that there's absolutely no chance of anything accidental going on. But the bottom line is, I think it's kind of a hallmark of what we've done with our NFL alumni group is we like to get out of the community, and we like to do good things and do positive things and raise money to help facilitate these things. But while we're doing that, we want everybody to have a ball. We want them to have fun. We want them to walk away with a smile.
And you do have fun.
We want them to think about it a month later, 3 months later, 6 months later. Boy, that was a neat story that Jim Kick said. That was really a great story that Joe Smith said. And this is kind of neat that the old guys that I know in the NFL, we're nothing special, but we do have a lot of pretty cool stories and real stories, and we have we can inject a little bit of humor into things. It's like you might notice that Phil played defense, and he's always picking on me because I played offense. Mm-hmm. Not just because he was always on his back; he couldn't help it. But
I knew that was coming.
But
the big target.
But yeah, the bottom line is that and Marion County has been very good at coming out and supporting this thing. So what we want to do is show people that our bucket with Champions for Champions is worth putting some money in.
Yeah, and manpower too. You
exactly.
look for volunteers as well.
We rely totally 100% on volunteers, and to do that means that we need people to be able to step up. If they can give us 1 day a week, 1 day a month, a couple of hours when they've got it. My feeling is that they're gonna get back more than they give. They're always going to get back more than they give when they see the results and the fruits of their labor, so to speak.
Yeah.
Everything that Champions for Champions does, all the programs that they run, are funded by donations for people in the community, by special events like Clays for Kids out at Robinson Ranch, golf tournament that we have. We're thinking about adding a bowling tournament. But this is all funded through people coming out and joining us at events like Clays for Kids, and sponsoring the event. We have about, I would say, 10 or 12 different sponsor levels for people in the community that would like to get involved with us, and that's where we make our money, is through our sponsors.
Right.
What we charge the people to participate in the event, we really don't make a lot of money on that, because, like Don said, we want to make sure when people walk away from that event, they walk away with more than they paid for. And through a lot of friends of ours from a lot of years back, people that work in China, I mean, we're able to get gifts and things for these people that, a $40 item we can probably buy for $5. A $40 item that you would pay at retail.
Sure.
And shirts and hats and tumblers and things like that. So we have a lot of friends from a lot of years in the NFL that also help us behind the scenes to get gift items. And some of the people donate this stuff to us.
Oh, wow, okay.
We had one sponsor last year donated nice windbreakers to us for, 140 people, I guess.
Wow.
So, that kind of thing is what we rely on from businesses in the Ocala area. And since we're only, Don and I have only been doing this now for 4 years, this the Clays for Kids, this is our fourth one. And we're starting to finally get the recognition that we need for people to step up and help us. And we do that by word of mouth, people coming out to the event and having a really good day.
Right.
And Big Lee, of course, does our barbecue out there. And anybody in this Marion County who's ever had Big Lee's barbecue know what I'm talking about. But he's dedicated his help to us for all 4 years that we've done this. So everything we do, we try to make sure that people get more than they pay for the event. And incidentally, the Clays for Kids right now is $100 a person, and that includes 100 rounds of Target. It includes breakfast, and we have a nice lunch by Big Lee, and we have drawings for different items throughout the day. We have raffles that people can participate in. It's just an extremely fun attitude, and you do not have to be a pro to come out and shoot with us. We have a lot of ladies that come out there and they've never shot before. And the people at Robinson Ranch are so helpful. They help these people in every aspect of it. They take their time and they point out the targets, where they're coming from. And a lot of times people, when they leave the event that have never shot before, they come to Don and I and say, you know what, we had a great time, we're coming back here.
Oh, nice.
And they're going to support the people that support us, and that's really nice. And that's one of the things that Don and I, look for in this community.
Yeah, I can see that. I was wondering if you guys could maybe take a moment and talk to the business community that might want to sponsor. Tell them what kind of levels, what do they get for their sponsorships?
We have a title sponsor is $7,000, And what the title sponsor will get for $7,000, they get a station sign. They get a corporate banner placed at the event. And their logos and their banners will be shown at every event that Champions for Champions has throughout the entire year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They get an autographed football from NFL alumni. They get 3 teams with celebrity athletes. We'll put a celebrity athlete on 3 teams. They can put in 3 teams, and that's 15 people.
Wow.
And they get 3 celebrity athletes to go on their teams. They get all printed material that we have before and after the event. They get their name and logo on that material. We have a celebrity dinner. That is so much fun. That celebrity dinner this year. That's
on Friday.
Yeah, it's the night before on Friday. We're having casino night this year, and in addition to Longhorn Steakhouse is providing a very nice dinner for us. We'll have a free wine tasting. And there's just a number of events that happen at the dinner that is a lot of fun. But the title sponsor also will get a table for 8 at the celebrity dinner. That's about a $550 value. They get their name and logo will be on Champions for Champions website for the entire year. And they get a team of 4 in our annual charity golf event, which will be held approximately 6 months from right now. And then we have a $5,000 level. As we go down in price, they lose a couple of things from the category above.
Got it.
$5,000, they get just a few things less than the $7,000. But then we have $2,500 sponsors, and we have about 5 or 6 of those. And they get an event banner, corporate event banner at the event. They get 1 team in the event with a celebrity athlete on their team. They get a table for 2 at the celebrity dinner. That's that fun night before, and they get their name and logo on our corporate website. Then we have a $2,000 sponsor level. And what that does is that gives them a station sign, and it gives them 1 team of 5 shooters in the event, and they get their name and logo on our website for 2019. And we also have things available for the people if they don't want to sponsor. They can buy a station sign or a banner. And the station sign is $100, and the banner, the corporate banner is $200, and the station sign is $100. So they can have their name, logo displayed at our event if they don't want to sponsor for $100 for the station sign and $200 for the big corporate banner for them.
It's a really good opportunity for us to help you and at the same time help ourselves by getting the word out.
It definitely is. And the thing about the shoot is all of the athletes that we bring in, and it could be anywhere from 12 to 20 former NFL players or golf pros or wrestlers, or there's just professional, hockey fans. It's just former professional athletes. They're available all day long to chat with the people, and I mean the people that come are fun people. They mix well with the general public. They love somebody talking to them about old times. I mean, they're just a great group of guys. And if you have a favorite player, chances are he might be there at that event, and you can spend the day with them chatting. They love that, and they'll also be at the Champions Celebrity Dinner the night before.
Are there any celebrity clay shooters? Does that sport actually generate that level of I mean, are there people who made a living doing
well clay? we have some shooters that I, for one, I've been shooting.
But you're like a 25 out of 25, right?
I've been shooting a long time.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine who played for the 72 undefeated Dolphins, Larry Ball, he and I used to travel the state with a group, and we did nothing but shoot sporting clays on the weekend. And there are some guys, even though they're not professional, they're in the NSCA, they are very, very good. And Larry will be here at the event, and whoever gets him on their team,
all right,
the guy knows what he's doing.
I have a question. When the clay is shot out into the sky or down the ground, each one has a different name, right? Each direction has like the jackrabbit is one of them, right? Or the crazy rabbit or something?
If they're on the ground, they're called a rabbit.
Okay.
And if they're in the air, we just call them clays.
So
They're
which
birds.
is the easiest of those?
There is no easy target in sporting clays.
The easiest clay targets to me are the trap targets because they're pretty much always going away from you.
Okay.
And they're a little easier to shoot. The crazy quail and what we call the 5-stand, that's where you've got them coming from behind you. You got them coming at you from deep in the field. It comes at you.
Really?
You got them that are delivered from the 5-stand. They come from underneath you and go
Oh my
away from
gosh,
you.
yeah.
So you know where they're coming from, but you still you have to first fix on the first shot and then make it happen, and then find the second one and shoot it. That's where guys like me have problems, and guys like Phil don't have problems. They just are a lot quicker than I am. I can usually kill 1 out of 2. I can't find the second one.
I think the clay is about 4 inches across, and it's dome shaped. It looks like a frisbee.
Yeah.
And they're traveling 50, 60 miles an hour.
Right.
So
and they're pretty far away, right? They're not that close.
Some of them are, definitely. They're crossing, they're going away, they're coming at you, they're on the ground, they're rabbits that are running on the ground.
So what is the mental calculation that you do? I mean, it sounds like you shoot first and then you know how wrong you were? And then
what happens over the years as you shoot and become a good shot with a shotgun, people want to look at a shotgun and they want to hold it up and they want to aim with it like a rifle. And you close one eye and you aim, and that's for shotgunning. That's a no-no.
That doesn't work. Okay.
Absolutely. You need both eyes open. You need to watch the target. And if you shoot enough sporting clays, your brain, even an offensive person's brain can do this. Your brain,
it's very difficult sometimes to know that if you have a target that's going across you from the left to the right, where I want to shoot that target is I want to actually be aiming ahead of that target so it actually runs into my shot shells.
That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah, instead of me, you're not really trying to shoot the target. You're kind of letting the target commit suicide.
Oh my gosh.
So,
when you pull the trigger on a shell and that shell travels downrange, you got a 30 to a 36-inch pattern of spaceless BBs that are going at that target. So you got to figure you've got a 30-inch area that if you're within 30 inches one way or the other of that target, you're going to hit it. But the main thing with shooting is your brain will calculate the line of the target and the speed of the target, and it knows how far ahead of the target you have to be. So when you bring the gun up to shoot, your brain automatically puts that gun where it's supposed to be, and as soon as it touches your shoulder, you pull the trigger.
Some people's brains. Other people's brains that you have to be. And that's why I enjoy it so much, because it requires a little bit of skill. You have to have some eye-hand coordination.
Sure.
And you have to have an idea of what you're trying to do by the characteristic of what that target is doing, which makes it fun. It's something people don't do every day. So, and to me, when you get a chance to try to compete with yourself, it's pretty good.
Don't you have to do the same thing when you throw a football, like to somebody who's running? That you have to calculate where he'll be, right?
Which is, again, why everybody can't be the quarterback.
Last year you had a group, a rifle club group that was made up of some of our students from the high school.
Yes, they call themselves the Young Guns, and
they were good too.
I think tot for tot, head for head, they probably had the highest scores of anybody in the program. But they're eager, they're ready, they're youthful, and they're excited, and they're competitive. So they come out and do it. And if I was going to bet on a team with my money, it would be those kids.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And that's one of the important things is you have to be professional. You have to be focused. You can't really goof around. You have to know this is
a dangerous. Well, the people at
sport.
Robinson Ranch, they have built special stands for us for this year. and it be virtually impossible to shoot someone because those people and every employee out there is looking at every aspect of shotguns, people holding them, and what's going on. They will not let an unsafe act appear. And there's a lot of those people, those rangers out there. And so they keep it safe. They make the people, when they step out of the station, unload the gun, pull the breech back, break it down, whatever kind of gun they're shooting. So people are not walking around the event with loaded guns. They are not. The only time they're allowed to put a shell in that gun, and we control that, is when they get in the stand to shoot at the target. And the stands that they made, you can only swing so far with your gun left and right, and then you hit the upright standards. So they have done a great job of controlling it. Tom, the owner out there, he has a safety seminar before the event starts with all 100 people out there. And so nobody, if they have a question, they ask, but Tom makes sure everybody understands the rules. And so it's a safe event. If you've shot before, it's a safe event. If you've never shot before, it's just a fun time.
And I think for those who've never shot before, who are intimidated by knowing that there's a group of school kids who are going to be like experts,
right?
Yeah, don't let that stop you. It's a fun thing to do.
Absolutely.
We watched so many guys when we were out there, and I knew from talking who had done it before and who hadn't. And it was just, it's fun. It's kind of like the golf tournaments, because if you don't know golf and you're out there, you're feeling a little intimidated, because we've done that. But it's fun. It's all for fun, and it's all for a good cause.
You know, we had 2 years ago, we had an event. My wife works through registration with us and has done it for a number of years. And we had a husband and wife team that had never shot before. Tom gave them shotguns out there at the range, and they got their shotguns, they got registered, and they were out watching some of the people practice. And I guess some of the people that were practicing were some pretty good shooters. So she came back over to registration, and she told my wife, Lynn, she said, you can keep, our entry fee, but we feel intimidated by some of, because we've never shot before. And my wife said, listen, she said, give it a shot, give it a try, just go out there and listen to what they tell you, and have a good time, and try one event, and if you don't like it, come on back and we'll talk about it. Well, they went out there and they had a ball. They stayed the whole time. They ended up buying shotguns for them, going out there. I mean, they So you never know, if you haven't tried this sport, it might be something that you really could get involved in. It's just like golf. Instead of swinging in a golf swing, you're swinging out, left and right. It's pretty much like golf, because anything you do with your swing can mess you up with the score.
Are the rules that we need to know, like you have to have your own gun, right? But are all the rules on your website?
The rules, no.
No, okay.
No, we my goodness,
there's too many rules.
Oh yeah.
But you do have to have your own gun. That's.
Well, it's nice if you have your own gun, but Tom has a limited supply.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Of shotguns that he absolutely he rents them to people who don't have one. But if they're in our event and they don't have a shotgun, Tom will give them a shotgun to use.
Okay.
And in our event, you can shoot 410, you can shoot 28 gauge, you can shoot 20 gauge or 12 gauge. My advice is to shoot 12 gauge because you have a much bigger pattern. It does kick a little more than any of the smaller gauges, but you can use any gauge shotgun, and they will not let you use steel shot in the event. It has to be lead shot.
Okay.
And you supply all the shells, all the
yes.
ammunition.
Yeah.
No.
Each person supplies their own shells.
Oh, I see.
And the shells, the largest they can be is size 7.5. There's sizes from 7.5, 8, 9, bird shot, which is like a number 8, but they'll let you shoot a 7.5, an 8, or a 9. You can shoot that's the size of the pellets, the 7.5, 8, and 9. And I recommend something in the neighborhood of 1,200 feet a second on the shells.
Oh, okay.
All right. Phil, thank you, and Don, thank you both for coming in. Let's leave the listeners with a phone number. Do you got a number they can call you?
Yep. Go ahead, Phil. You got the voice.
The number to call is area code 352-462-0380. And that's a Champions for Champions office, and someone there will help you, or they'll turn you over to Don or myself.
All right, and call
And
us.
that's for the dinner also.
Yes, that's for both events. Yeah,
Call us
Maria
here.
controls it all.
If you need that number repeated, just call us here, and Robert will tell you. Phil Smith, Don Nottingham, it's an honor to call you friends. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.